get you one more time. I really wanna cross the line. I do it all before I die. I wanna get it on tonight. I wanna get you one more time. I really wanna cross the line. I wanna get you one more time, one more time, one more time, one more time. Ooh, this time I wanna take it slow. I don't need my phone. I know how to picture in my mind the nights with you. I'm ready to enjoy the ride. I don't wanna die, but I could die in your arms, 'cause I don't need to live forever. I don't need to live forever. 'Cause I don't. I wanna get you one more time. I really wanna cross the line. I do it all before I die. I wanna get it on tonight. I wanna get you one more time. I really wanna cross the line. I wanna get you one more time, one more time, one more time, one more time. And every way you get me started off fine, baby. Then left going deep in oblivion. I'll be right back and see you just one more time.
Just like the street lights eyes lit this town like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Was it the voice? Was it the fire burning in me? All of the noise turned into choirs of harmony. Left me with the pieces of forever that you broke. But since you left me alone, I've been high. Lately I've been high. makes feels heavy on your chest. I wish I could carry the weight all on my back. Colors now faded. There's only so much hope in that. I can't do what I'd rather lose than lose you. Do what you gotta do, what you gotta do to be you again. Do what you gotta do, what you gotta do to put your heart to rest. I'll keep waiting as long as it takes. Do what you gotta do, what you gotta do to be you again.
Doesn't really need to be too official now, so. But yeah, it's a interesting topic we was discussing. Probably not right for people's ears.
Yeah.
The Eversio 5-5. I'm not sure what the scoreline is on the other side.
I can check that quickly. Let me open up their Faces page, and I will let you know in a second. EyeForEye, they are currently 5-5 as well, so balanced in terms of the score.
It's just I don't know how much is this going to impact them in the standings at the end of the season.
Well, they have 2 games today, so
Yeah, because
ideally they'll be winning both of them.
that's what you'd
And
like.
yeah, Eversio somehow lost the knife round there with player advantage. Don't know if they were delaying it on purpose though, as we do have a player disconnect, so it
You are
wasn't a
ahead of me.
traditional knife round.
I'm going to quickly exit and join again.
Alright.
Where is it? I still can't believe I've played these in my last 100 game.
So
Oh my god, what's
game should at this point they're gonna go into the game with the player less and they're gonna have to take a pause.
Oof. Are these the last 2 games of the season as well?
I think so. I mean, unless Eversio progress to playoffs.
Yeah. I felt like this season's gone quick.
It's true, huh?
Although a couple of the games.
I mean,
were
there was that
fantastic.
triple overtime a couple of
Oh,
weeks
that was
ago, but
definitely
apart from
not
that,
quick. That was that was a long game. What
I
countdown
think
are you on?
136 now.
Yeah, I'm same now. So
All right, I think Mike's and audio's on the stream as well. So
the mic, your mic is on.
yeah, I think so. Wait, let me just
Yeah,
check.
it's all good, yeah.
Okay, yes, sounds all good. And the last player has connected. Man, we were discussing the usernames to see how to pronounce it, and the guy who just joined is N2KKKKK. So, just gonna call him N2K for simplicity's sake. But yes, we'll be going underway here on Anubis Project Eversio versus EyeForEye. Both teams are 5-5 in the league. Eversio, a couple of games today. First starting off here, and then match right after.
Dragon's Tear not representing Eversio though. The disrespect. 1v9, is that how he's feeling right now? He can 1v9.
I had a great game last time. Eversio did end up losing it, but opponents were calling him out for cheating mid-game. He was going so crazy, so they're telling him to turn off cheats. I think he dropped like a 30 bomb or something, but pissed around here. Contact on mid, no kills just yet, as the T's will burst onto this A site from this camera position. Crazy finding 3 kills, 4 on side though, 1 for the ace, and Kelly will deny that, but a big round from Crazy does give Eversio the pistol here, and well, that was quite quick actually, didn't really get to see what was happening. Just Crazy taking down 4 players. Eversio picking up the pistol there.
It's a good start. They stacked the site as well, so... Or had 3 there at least, which was a nice little call if they preempted it. It's going to be an investment of 1 deagle on the T side. The others are opting for no purchase. So probably going to be another free round for Eversio, but it will be interesting to see the MP9s, how many they're going to take into the next round, and if that's going to affect it.
I wish we got that pistol round from Crazy's perspective, because Auto Director had me focused on the wrong guy, but he had 2 players rushing him from main alongside those 3 from camera, and he just found 4 kills, so big round there.
Auto Director needs to be so... Oh! Okay. Have I jinxed it? Please don't say it.
Deagles, always so dangerous. Headshot takes Zillion out of this round.
Oh my god.
And it's actually Stekeli next to A main. He's alone here. Gonna have 4 of these T's rushing him in just a moment. Finds the first, and the second, and the third kill as well. Swaps to the pistol, and finds the 4th. So, was the question of how many kills the MP9s would find. So far it's 3. Great hold from Stekeli there. Not getting overrun by the rushing T's. And unlucky, spotted on mid. Gonna go down to Trevor as well. So, a couple of 4Ks for the boys in blue to open up this game. And crisis averted on that round.
Great shot though with the deagle.
I don't know how they do it.
No,
I've been playing Counter-Strike for 8 years and I just have absolutely no idea how to use the deagle. I remember a machine once said like you could tap it to the beat of Staying Alive. Of the BGs, but I'm just a disaster with it, so I'll leave it in the very capable hands of the players on the server here. But an investment coming in from an EyeForEye here, 5 AKs and utility across the board.
Is machine still cast, or is he?
Yes, one of the main ones.
Oh.
Always duos with Sponge as well, so.
Decent.
I believe now Banks, not Banks, I forgot his name. Bardolph is returning as well, so.
James Bardo, what a guy. Like DDK.
I missed him, was definitely one of my favorites alongside DDK, so would be good to see him back. So far, no kills in the round. 65 seconds left on the clock. Bomb is making his way outside of B main. 3 players from Eversio holding on the site, and T's will have a bit of an advantage with the weaponry, 5 AKs. And Zelgon almost finds the timing there, but does get taken down by unlucky. And Trevor, with the MP9, will also go down. Dragonsteer, only good for 1, is gonna get taken down from player coming out of connector. Stekeli able to reduce the deficit down to 10 HP. 3 versus 1. Just Crazy left. And perhaps the MP9s carried over into this round, proving costly for Eversio there.
Where did James Bardolph go?
What?
Where did James Bardolph go?
So he was the Faceit manager. So he just did a lot of behind the scenes stuff for Faceit all these years, and he tweeted recently that his contract expired and that's why he's looking to get back into casting.
Fair enough. I think Faceit's had a downhill spiral anyway.
Yeah, it's been a rough transition, I think, since they were acquired by ESL. Only 1 player surviving for the T's in that round, so...
Stecco has plenty of money from the MP9 round, so he might be able to drop down a gun to someone, which he has done. So Eversio still with rifles in hand, but if them kills were not on the MP9, that could have been a different story in this one, but we'll have gun round once again.
I'm actually surprised Stekeli doesn't drop an AWP there for Dragonsteer and sticks with an MP9 himself, but 5 rifles in the round against the 5 on this T side. And Trevor going aggressive in this Canal's position. Does spot the first, taken down by Zelion, there for the refrag. Now, Crazy looking to go aggressive on mid. Maybe a bit of a different style than we're used to seeing
Yeah.
from Eversio on Anubis. During the planes for this season, they were caught out very often on Anubis against a team that was very aggressive. Tuel in connector, Zillion will take down N2K to 9 HP. No kills just yet. Blicky asking questions around this A site. And that mid flank from Crazy has been activated, does take down Unlucky. And Seville also gonna get taken down here. So 4 versus 2 now on Dragonsteer, cleaning up N2K, low on HP. So just Blicky, 4 versus 1. Might find the kill onto Dragonsteer here, does indeed. So last player is spotted by Eversio. And Stakeli able to confirm that kill. 3 players alive in the round for Eversio. 3-1 score, so promising sign so far. Was quite a dominant gun round.
Taking some nice aggressive fights, like you said, changing their tactics, taking map control, using that smoke. I think the smoke may have missed because you don't really want to give him a gap to use on both sides, as he was able to peek on the side they probably thought was smoke. So unfortunately losing one, but managed to get the control anyway with the return frag of Zelion. So far so good. Tech 9's bibble on the T side, so maybe a fast round to come. And Eversio with an MP9 on just the one. Trevor holding down the fort. I have to say I haven't seen much Anubis played from Eversio in comparisons to some maps. I feel like it's been more Mirage heavy this season for me.
Yeah, I mean, the map pool has definitely just been Mirage, Ancient, and occasionally Anubis. And Trevor on A side takes down one, will go down. Zillion finds a couple of his own, but Tech 9's doing a bit of damage. Now Crazy does find the kill, so puts us in a 3 versus 1, and Dragonsteer stops the storm from getting any more costly, but it was a bit shaky for a moment there. Trevor going down after just that one kill. However, rest of the team is able to hold on. I feel like EyeForEye here, they're just running some pretty standard, Anubis is gonna call it Ancient. I'm so used to seeing Eversio on Ancient. Pretty standard setup so far, nothing too special, and Eversio looking a lot sharper than usual on the hold, so maybe a sign that they have been working on that in practice. Big nade there, gonna take Blicky down to 60 HP. Puts him within 1 tap potential of these M4s. Trevor going aggressive on mid. Does dink someone. Down to 8 HP, and I hate those kinds of usernames. There's someone, and I say he dinks someone. And it's like, yes, but who? But his username's literally someone. There's a player for Tyloo who had the username somebody, and the caster would be like, oh, somebody's on A side. I'd be like, oh, who's on A side though? Anyway, couple of kills traded here. These will make their way out onto A side. Zillion going down. Crazy also gonna fall in disconnected position. Bomb not planted just yet, and Unlucky expecting the lurk from Trevor. Finds the Kelly as well, so T's do pick up a gun round. Feel like maybe the reaction from Eversio there was a bit too slow from the CT side, maybe a bit disjointed. However, Crazy with 7k. Be interesting to see what buy will come out here. MP9 has been dropped. Crazy picking up an M4, and Stakeli investing into an SMG of his own. So it's not a complete full buy from Eversio, but pretty substantial investment into this round. And EyeForEye, 3 players moving towards A main position. Looks like it could be a fast A push. Couple of players quick into A main. Just the MP9 of Stakeli so far. Trevor in support. And Stakeli will find the first kill. Trevor with another. N2K over on mid. Does take down Dragonsteer. And Seville Gun evens out the numbers once again. Crazy, however, from Temple puts us in a 2 versus 2. N2K low on HP as well. No kit on the Eversio side, so they will have to go on. Crazy taking down N2K. That's a big kill to find. And Seville Gun low on HP does get taken down, so Eversio, with the half investment, do actually come out on top.
I have to say,
Great round.
This EyeForEye team literally took the definition of splitting B to the bare minimum. They naded through a mid smoke, run through it, and then just took fights, and they lost. Not much structure at all in their approach, but I think Eversio probably might have them. I'm going to say it. I'm calling it early. I think.
So you think
Eversio's
this?
got
So game over in your eyes, Eversio taking Anubis. What would the score be though? That is the question. 13-2, or do you think it will be a bit closer?
13-6, I'm going to say.
13-6. I want to say, that it's gonna be easy dubs here. But we have seen earlier in the season Eversio unable to close out some games in which
True.
they had the advantage, so don't want to jump the gun just yet. What I will say though is we are seeing them in quite a dominant fashion on the CT side, where it's usually the side they struggle on the most, so
I thought he was going to predict a triple overtime.
I hope not.
I predict it's going to be 31-32.
Man,
Nah.
Anubis is the game I had the longest match of Counter-Strike in my life on, and it was against Zelion. So it's not beyond the realm of possibility. It was back during Global Offensive, and it was a triple overtime, and that third overtime did go all the way as well, all 6 rounds. So definitely something that we might see. However, given the initial 7 rounds, Eversio looking firmly in control here. Looking at the scoreboard actually is quite interesting. Crazy, of course, leading the charge as usual. He's been so impressive this season. 12 kills and 1 death so far over here on Anubis, but followed up right behind by Stekeli, who is 8-3. So Stekeli's had a bit of a quiet season, putting up big numbers here on Anubis. Rest of the team quite balanced out between them, between 3 to 4 kills apiece. But yeah, Crazy definitely leading the charge, even in that round that we just saw. 3 kills. Definitely feel like he has been the star player for Eversio this season alongside Trevor. He's having a bit of a quiet game today, however, we'll have ample opportunity to show us just how good he usually is. Fifth player is back, so we will be underway again. Round 8 here. You know, if it was the same player who disconnected, I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest.
Yeah, it doesn't sound great for him. But it does sound great for Eversio, and my 13-6 scoreline is holding up. So, look at this, run through mid again. And Molly into camera, smoke in towards wherever the other place is. But
Molly's missed, he's actually mauled himself there. EyeForEye just missing some of the util here.
The flash that blinds no one apart from if they're out in the open. Yeah,
Nate is once again blown on main, and Stekeli with the MP9 does take down both players there, and Dragonsteer and Trevor holding down mid. So just unlucky, and once again there seems to be an idea of, okay, we're gonna go here, we have this strat for this round, but the execution just doesn't seem very polished or refined. Maybe Anubis not a common map for EyeForEye here.
They're taking. I think they've invested too much into the nade smoke, shoot when smoke is gone movement, because it doesn't really work if you don't shoot them back. Because Stekel killed 2 of them with an MP9 when they naded the smoke, but it was like they weren't prepared for it.
Might find the third. 1 HP is looking for the skill down, will indeed find it. It's Trevor who actually goes down. So Stekel continues this great game that he's been having. 6-2 is the score here, and I mean, for a gun round, that's just not what you want to see from the T side. It should be a lot more competitive. Eversio had complete free reign in that round. Crazy was also coming in with a flank from mid, so forced onto the pistols here. EyeForEye maybe a bit out of their depth on Anubis. Nade will take N2K down to 30 HP.
See, this is the round you'd want to use a nade and a smoke. You have 4 people with a Tech 9 running people down. But now they're taking it slow, taking it passive, and allowing the smoke to dissipate and then taking long range fights. So it's an interesting approach to the round.
And Eversio just seemed to have a very good read on this game as well. Had a couple of players mid waiting for that push. Didn't come in though, and the patience of EyeForEye might be rewarded here. Crazy in this camera position. Finds the first, finds the second, and the third as well. 4th player will take him down. Does also find Dragons here rushing out of Temple. But Stekeli over on this A side did find the first player from main and will find the second. So far it's just been a Crazy and Stekeli show over here on Anubis. Eversio cruising to a 7th round.
I will say one thing in that round for Eversio. They took mid control, yeah, fair enough. But they instantly went for a con play afterwards. They thought, you know what, there's no one here, let's try and get information somewhere else on the map. If you commit to one play in a round, I think you need to stick to it. If not, it's going to be a bit dicey when you leave it too late for rotations. So something to keep note of in the future games to come. Maybe it bites them in the back if they give it up too early, but luckily Crazy is able to bail them out. Dragon's here going to go aggressive in mid. Will find a kill for his trouble as well. Aggressive plays working out this game for Eversio. We have seen him fail in the past, but so far so good. 4v5 for the side of Eversio.
Crazy picking up the AUG in this round actually, as opposed to an AK or an M4. Dragons here will go down in Temple. So 4 versus 4. Zellion's position is known. Does survive though. Couple of players low on HP for the Eversio side. Stekeli somehow finds the kill onto Blicky. Over on the B side, Trevor and Zellion do mop up the remaining Ts, and Eversio with 8 rounds on the CT side now. But Stekeli, I feel like he should never be finding that kill there. Blicky just, he hears him running. He's holding from an off angle. Stekeli doesn't even have his gun out and just completely misses the spray.
I'm starting to realise why I might have beaten these guys in a pub.
They've had a year to improve since then, but
Bro,
perhaps
I've been playing the game. And they're still playing. Oh, I spoke too soon. Trevor's been dispatched off. Unlucky for him. But more unlucky for some 1-2 as he falls through the smoke. The advantage now dissipating. And Eversio starting to claw this round back already. We'll have our man disadvantages such though. The CT side, you always want to be a man up at least. You never want it in the opposite way, but Dragon's Tear going to have to hold mid solo for this round. Civil Gun shifting up with his teammate of N2K to try and take this mid control. We will be facing Dragon's Tear and we'll get information. The mid player is their Crazy Spots player towards this B site. Struggling to find the kill though, not like him in his gameplay, but he will come away with less HP off the back of that fight. And a very slow round indeed from this T side, leaving a bit close now. 40 seconds left on the clock. They've not really progressed anywhere at all. Eversio starting to take control around the map, pushing these positions, prodding where they can get to, and they are going to be in with a great little opportunity of a pinch. However,
there's a world where they get caught out here though. A side completely open. So
what do they decide to go to? It is going to be A. They do have 2 players in A main though. Are they going to expect this for the retake?
Over rotations from Eversio do leave the site open, but as you're saying, it's actually going to be 3 CTs coming from this main position. If Zellion does join his teammates, will indeed be 3 players over here. Just Crazy making his way from CT. 4 flashes and a nade for the retake. However, unlucky and Blicky shutting down any chance of a retake in this round. 3 kills between them, and it's just crazy left. 1 versus 4 will go down to N2K. So perhaps the first dominant round from the T's in the penultimate round of the half, and even then comes off the back of an over-rotation from Eversio, maybe just going a bit too aggressive on that round.
Give it up mid control, see what it can cause you. A big pain in the ass.
But still, 8-3.5, good score for Eversio, and Dragonsteer will actually pick up that AWP for the first time. First time is gonna come out on the T side as well, leaving it late in this half. Big nade there, gonna take Crazy down to 57 HP. Off the back of that, Eversio looking to go out of B main here with the pop flash. Couple of T's are waiting for this here, and Crazy will force Unlucky out of his position with that molly. Trevor caught with the one tap from N2K, and Crazy trapped low on HP in this position will also go down, so a great shot from N2K buys them back into this round. The Kelly gonna go down as the smoke is fading. So Eversio 4 versus 2 now. One of which is this AWP of Dragonsteer. Thus here this mid player swaps to the 5-7. And Dragonsteer needs to find this kill. And doesn't get the timing, so will go down to N2K, leaving just Zelion in the 1 versus 4.
Full.
And Zelion will go down there.
What do you think?
Not
he
sure what
means?
Dragonsteer is trying to say there, but will be an 8-4 half. Eversio in the lead here.
Just saying. 13-6 is on.
It is indeed. That would be a great call, but Eversio probably will be wanting this pistol, as losing it here could make this game a bit close. More uncomfortably close than it once seemed.
I trust Eversio in their pistols now. They've changed my opinion of them. Dooley's spamming a couple through the
Here
smoke with no damage.
it's gonna be a quick rush onto B, and the CTs with just one player have left the site quite open, so Eversio able to plant, and a 5-on-5 retake post-plant.
Nade and a molly. But there is a smoke, which is a bit concerning.
Smoke has been popped in main though, and no kit on the CT side, so that molly could really come into effect here. Stakeli will be the first player going down. Dragonsteer also falling, so nobody left on this main side. And just 2 Eversio players left. Crazy needs to find the diffuser. Unable to so far, is being blocked by his teammates and does run out of ammo. So EyeForEye will be able to pick up the pistol here.
Uh-oh. My prediction.
I still on for the 13-6, but a very awkward pistol round there. I feel like Molly didn't quite miss the mark. It didn't quite hit its mark. And Trevor does his best, but too many players acting as a human shield. Gilberto's activating in that connector position as well, so Eversio didn't have any control over back on side. They were firmly locked out to onto main. But on the back of the bomb plant, they have invested fully into this round. 5 Mac-10s. And they have sent 4 of these players towards this A side, as they will come rushing out of A main now. Couple of kills being traded. Crazy finding 2 now, so Eversio man advantage. Low HP on Trevor though. Crazy taking out to 57 as well, and Trevor will get caught. Crazy looking for the refrag, will go down himself, so 3 versus 2 post plant now. Dragonsteer and Zelion left, and Dragonsteer caught in the middle of nowhere will go down, and Zelion unable to find any kill as he will fall to N2K. So, bomb plant and a couple of kills, but not enough from Eversio in that round. Might be seeing an eco here, which would allow EyeForEye to close the score even more. I say that Crazy has invested in an AK alongside Dragonsteer, so might actually be a pretty hefty buy coming in from Eversio. Did work out for them in the first half off the back of a crazy 3k.
You know what they're doing?
Nope.
Defending my prediction.
Ah, you're right. They couldn't give up that last round, or it would be 8-7. Has to be a 13-6 score here.
Uh-oh.
And 2k.
Oh no.
Gonna dink Stakeli and will chase down the kill. So, man advantage for EyeForEye in this round.
Was I too cocky?
13-6. I mean, at 8-2, I don't blame you for making that kind of score prediction. So,
Oh yes!
Crazy finding
No!
N2K. Going down Seville though. Dragonsteer evening out the numbers once again, but just the AK left onto Dragonsteer. Trevor going down here. Zillion has picked up
Yes!
Crazy's AK, and Dragonsteer with another kill. However, just him left in the 1 versus 2 now. And will go down as well.
Well, now I'm
So-
broke, so...
The 13-6 prediction is thwarted, and I mean 5 rounds in a row for EyeForEye here across the 2 halves. So Eversio letting this lead slip away.
I think they're relying too much on individuals though. Just looking at the scoreboard, it's Crazy and Steckel, the one's been carrying them through this map. And now the side of EyeForEye all catching up together, are really showing the team prowess in these latter stages. Eversio still not getting into gear. Need to start to find some form into these next few rounds, as advantage, or momentum I should say, is with EyeForEye. Eversio with more structure though are going to take this mid control, mollies and nades to take it rather than just pure run in and shoot. So a change of util usage for Eversio, but leaving it low now. 2 or 3 smokes and 2 flashes left, and make that 2 smokes left. And they have got control though. They are going to be splitting this A site, and it's well executed so far. Just need to find the kills now. T side hiding behind, or CT side hiding behind smokes though. Buying some time. Trevor finds one round the corner though, and now the pushes come through. They need to find the kills. The people coming in through camera, they're not going to find them. The CT side's failing to get these entries, and Steckel is punishing them. Has found one off the trade. Trevor going to find another one, and Dragonsteer there as well. The last player left alive, N2K. Probably not got in to win this round, but Eversio just showing the difference in that mid-take where smokes are so handy, and isolating the positions is always going to come out on top and makes it a lot cleaner rather than running through a smoke.
And there's a great play mid-round there between Trevor and Dragonsteer, and I don't know if that's just game sense there, but Trevor does find the kill over from heaven, gets dinked down to 4 HP. And as the CT's chasing to finish off that kill, Dragonsteer just pushes from his position and just has a free kill. So, don't know if that's something they would have communicated over VC, but nice to see nonetheless. The synergy between these players, and Eversio do put a stop to the rounds being strung together by EyeForEye, and do find their first T round here. And the CT economy is so brutal that EyeForEye forced into a pretty awkward buy here. Just 1 M4 and 4 MP9s. Very little util as well on this CT side. So could get locked out of these sites by Eversio. Trevor, fully flashed though, will get taken down to the main aggression. Lucky will upgrade to an AK. The CTs will regress back into that A site. As Unlucky and Sevilgan go aggressive on mid. Kills traded so far. Stakeli taking on Sevilgan though. 3 versus 3 once again. But does go down to Blicky, and Zillion going down for free there. Leaving Dragonsteer in a 3 versus 1. Molly is gonna tag him, forces him to move. I feel like Eversio weren't expecting the two A players to just push out of camera after those two mid players had gone down, so maybe caught off guard by the aggressive rotations. And so it does find the first, 1 versus 2 now, but will go down to some 1-2 over there. They gave him the 1v1s though, so there is a world where Dragonsteer does find that second frag and then has a lot more room to play with, but 9-8 as it stands. Round 18 here, so Eversio will call a technical pause. Couple of Galils, couple of AKs, and a Mac-10, so it is going to be a full investment on this Eversio side, and I feel like it's something we've seen all season long, but the simple rounds where they're playing against a worse buy, where they're playing against pistols or SMGs, just they overcomplicate it a bit and they do get caught out with these awkward timings. 9-8 here. And does certainly feel like EyeForEye, or EyeForEye. I keep calling them EyeForEye since that is the saying. What's EyeForEye? Certainly feel like they will tie up the game, given the current swing of momentum.
I hope I haven't jinxed it being overconfident with Eversio. But now I'm starting to think, was it just individuals that made that score so good at the start? Because there was 2 4Ks at the start, taken into account. So I'm a bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie.
It's interesting to see though that the individuals had such an impact on the CT side, because normally when an individual is really carrying his team, it's because he's opening on site or he's playing second entry. And Zelion going down to the CT was full eye, so unfortunate go down there is traded though. So opening up onto this A side, but N2K with such a quick rotation. Dragonsteer does expect this. Does he expect the second player though? Was being watched by Trevor, but Trevor does go down, so 2 versus 2 post plant, and Kelly and Dragonsteer will fall. So score is tied at 9-9.
No respect from EyeForEye. They hear nothing, they see nothing in mid, they see nothing on B. They'll clearly push through and try and find a flank early, especially with them 2 players on the flank already. Clearly had the information that it was A rotated on there, and they just weren't expecting that quick flank to come through.
We said Eversio were playing aggressive CT side, but that was just W, not holding shift, just full press W, rushing towards the A side.
Eversio were thinking they were helping with the execute. They didn't even know who they were. They thought they were throwing the smokes. But more of a default round coming out from Eversio now. The 3 players, or a spread of players across the map, which is what you want to see if teams are starting to get aggressive. Eversio playing the control rather than the strap. And the CT side will have to respect it. They don't want to get caught. Lacking N2K though with a quick pop flash. Looking for a second, finds it with the headshot. Zelion shut down and the advantage gone. Or doubly got. Oh my god, I think Trevor got shot to his teammate.
They're thinking Dragonsteer's the point.
Biggest jump scare he ever seen. But now the position is known of 2 players because they've shot them. So
uncharacteristically quiet game from Trevor as well. As I say that though, will take down N2K. Crazy spotting this player around the pillar position, does take him down, low HP, and does find someone to in temple. So Crazy and Trevor making up for maybe a bit of a conundrum at the start of this round. 3 versus 2. Only a couple of flashes left for the hold, but Trevor doesn't need it, does take down Blicky. So just unlucky left, does have a smoke and the kit. However, the money on the CT side is not great. Just Sevilgan, who could buy, and unlucky will go down there. So Eversio, that's a great recovery in the round, though, to be fair. As soon as I saw those two players going down and then Trevor just shooting his own teammate, I was like, oh, they've lost the plot, you know, game's gone. But great recovery. Eversio re-establishing their lead, only just. And someone, too, with an AWP here, dropped over by Civilgun, and CT is able to muster a pretty strong buy, all things considered. Very limited on utility, but apart from that, Eversio have their work cut out for them in this round. Bomb is over towards B main, and utility from Eversio has pulled 3 of those CTs onto the A side, so execution now would see just one player on this A side as Blicky taken down in that player position, but do they expect a second? Is checked, does find Crazy, will go down to Dragon's Tear though, and Eversio have taken the B side, so 4 versus 3, post-ban position, Dragon's Tear very low on HP, and Trevor just on 54 as well. Someone to with this AWP though. Zillion and Seville trading frags there. We're left in a 3 versus 2. Low HP on all these Eversio players, and perhaps someone whose AWP might be punished. No kit for the CT side either, and Onto does actually swap to that AK. Kills are traded, and Zillion taking down someone to also stealing his AWP. Salt on the wound for the CT side there. So
Again?
I don't know if I like that round from EyeForEye there. The money is so low, and you're investing so heavily into this weaponry with almost zero utility. The mollies and flashes of Eversio just completely force them out into these awkward duels, and round was never really in question. Eversio with an 11-9 score here, as EyeForEye will actually call the first tactical timeout of the game.
I think that's required. Although I still feel Eversio are getting bailed out some individual performances, especially 2 rounds prior where Crazy got the 3k off the back of losing 2 of the initial start of the round. Needed a bit of a play to come out, and I think the CT sides allowed him to take them fights in 1v1s and ultimately bring them back into the round. Eversio were in a great position now to get to match point. And it's going to be 4 MP9s to try and deal with. He's going to try and push through mid. The first trade does go through. The AWP misses a shot. It's going to be a heavy stack for Eversio really as well towards this mid location. And they are going to find the kills. Trevor now getting pushed from another location. It's a very aggressive start. Dragon's Den needs to help his teammate trying to take these fights. And now it's a 1v1. I don't know why he wasn't holding the angle with him instead of backing into the corner. He needed to take an angle with that AWP and try and help out rather than doubt himself and pick up an AK. Just allow for that 1v1. Luckily, N2K is on 4 HP, so Stekel definitely has the advantage in this situation. Still needs to retrieve the bomb though. And the CT.
Luckily for him as well, N2K has no idea where that bomb is, didn't spot it, but in the 1v1, it's such a timing game. Stekel is definitely going to expect N2K to still be around this mid position, but he's pushed all the way into connector. So really is just timing here, whoever's going to spot the back of who.
Yeah. And his
of course, Stekel wants to get that bomb down, but 33 seconds left on the clock. Stekel will most likely be working towards this B site, and I don't know if he knows how low N2K actually is. So
I think he does. He's got the Glock out. Look at him. He's not afraid to take fights at the minute.
Bomb will be going down. So N2K still not aware that this B side does find out now. Does he go for this here? 1 versus 1. 4 HP with the AK. No money on the CT side. I mean, loss bonus has somewhat built up. It's not great, but
I think he has to.
I feel like he has to hit that 1 tap, and he has to hit it soon, or else might be game. And Stekeli from Temple gets the timing onto N2K, so probably a much closer round than it should have been, all things considered. But Eversio do scrape by at the end. So match point 12-9 here. Not quite the 12-6 or 13-6 scoreline we predicted, but Eversio in the driver's seat once again.
But
I believe it's
the
the
CT
third
side have
technical
left them
pause.
in such bad state with their money. The forced buy last round makes them have this sort of buy in the next. Why not just go for Tech 9s and a little bit of armour? You don't need to invest MP 9s in that round. Or not Tech 9s, 5.7s.
So interesting as well. The 4 of them had MP9s, and 1 of them had the 5.7.
Yeah.
And the 5.7 player was the only player with $500, and they had no kit. So once you've invested everything into that round, just pick up the kit as well, man. Because it's not like he has anything to write home about in this round, just the scout. So could have easily invested in a kit there in case of a plant as well. Just things to consider for EyeForEye once they're reviewing this demo, if they will do so.
Oof.
I do believe a loss for either of these teams here will condemn them to miss out on playoffs this season. Eversio with 3 chances to close out the map and establish a 6-5 record. As a reminder, second game will follow at 8:30, so will take place right after this one. CT's going aggressive out of A main, do find a couple of kills. Unlucky, low on HP, however man advantage established by the CT's. Lots of information gained by the Eversio side though, scout and an M4 over towards this A site. As I say that though, scout will make its way all the way over to CT. Eversio do have mid control, but Kelly just walking out on this A site, uncontested, does find 2 kills. Kelly wants to go into the next game. Right now, I said a great game on Anubis here. Did lag slightly behind Crazy after those initial rounds, however, dropping 21 kills so far and just unlucky in the 3 versus 1. Will have a free kill onto Crazy there, but position is known. 11 HP would need the ace clutch. And with bomb going down, no kit on this CT side either. It just doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Unlucky, looking over towards this temple position, and Eversio with the molly as well. Honestly, I don't see how they can lose this round. Dragonsteer calling GG in the chat already. I can't blame them though. Last game, they played against such a toxic team that honestly I would be livid as well. EyeForEye, unfortunately, having to bear the brunt of that, and Stekeli with a 3k in the round, 22 in the game, second behind the 26 of Crazy, secured the map 13-9 for Project Eversio.
I've got to say that's the best performance I've seen from Stekeli. A great game from him. Someone who stepped up when the team needed him in these dire straits, in these last couple games of the season. And what a performance from him, and obviously Crazy, one of the standouts as well, having a great game. So it's looking good for the next one to come. I will not be conducting an interview for this game, and probably not the next one, unless you want to do one, Maya.
Yeah, we can see when it comes to it. Next game will be in half an hour, unless Eversio to start it faster. Not is scheduled for 8:30. So will you stop the stream and start it again, or can people stay?
I'll stop the stream because it allows them to watch the demo back. Don't have to go halfway in between or try to find the start of the other one. So I'll end the
Fair
stream
enough.
here, guys. We'll start up again shortly. We'll see you in a bit.